Well, that's an interesting one because I didn't hit very many sixes because I always said to people I was a touch player, so I was along the ground. But I suppose I did put one in the barley mow once, but not onto the roof. Only bounced into the little walled area. No, probably at White Hill actually. Hit the opening bowl of 2 balls in a row, 2 sixes, back over his head. So that was probably.
I'm not much of a batsman, as you know, but I remember hitting one really nice six down at the Bourne, so facing the road. It must have been end of the innings, and I hit a six from the square over the corner of the pavilion and into the road on the other side, which was quite recent, quite decent for me.
Well, yes, I wasn't known for my sixes, I have to say, but I do remember. I'll tell you about one. I'll tell you a funny story about another one. The biggest six I hit, I think, was one at Greyshot, and it. What a memory! St James's Casuals on a Sunday afternoon, and the pitch was the far end of the square from the pavilion, not the furthest, but it was definitely down that area. And this chap pitched one short, and one shot that I did like was the pull or the hook or whatever. And anyway, I latched onto this thing, and I didn't feel a thing. It must have been sweet as a nut, as they say. And I just watched it sail away, and it went straight into the Broom Squire's garden.
I think 2 really big sixes. One was up at Greyshot, Eddie Gulliver, good bat. From the top end, he hit a 1 bounce 6 into the Headley Road.
Wow.
Which is a fair size, but the biggest 6 I've seen was down at Tilford. I was scoring. So if you're from the pavilion looking across to the barley mow, and as you know, the square there's in like 2 sections. So the far left side, and Ken Bullock was the batsman, and he hit a 6 over the ground, over the road, over the car park, over the river, and into a field on the other side.
Wow.
And that was, not the bats which you get these days, so fantastic shot, absolutely huge. So I always remember that one.
What's the biggest six you've seen someone hit?
That I've seen in one here. Oh, that was a guy at the Bourne who borrowed Eddie's bat and hit the ball up the hill, way out of the ground up the hill. That's just the biggest one I've seen in local cricket.
I struggle to think of anybody in local cricket, and I'm including Hazelmere in this, that hit as hard as Eddie.
Yeah.
I was fortunate in my umpiring to umpire 1 or 2 of the Surrey players, and indeed at various stages of their careers, some of the England players or future England players. And I remember Jason Roy playing in the Surrey Championship for Reigate Priory. They were his club. And I can honestly say he was one of the few batsmen that I felt in danger when I was standing at the bowler's end. He hit so hard, and I thought he only needs to hit one straight back at me, and I'm not really sure I'm going to get out of the way of it. And it really did quite concern me. But apart from Jason Roy, who could hit, Eddie could hit as hard as anyone. Yeah. I was playing for Hazelmere at 3 Bridges, and I definitely wasn't known for my straight drives, but something's instinct or whatever took over. The spinner bowled one, pitched it up, and without thinking I just went into it, and it sailed over the bowler's head, over the sight screen and into the trees, and I thought, oh, fantastic. And I dined on that shot for years. And then, about 5 years ago, I suppose, I had to umpire a game down at 3 Bridges, and I got there and I looked at this boundary behind the bowler, and it was about half as long as I remembered it. And I said to one of their players, I said, they put the boundary in. No, it's always been there. Oh no! One of my longest sixes, and it wasn't at all.